I have already expressed my feelings about sound in visual media, mainly talking about the music aspect, but that's not all there's to it, since the main tool for expressing the development of the story is no other than the dialogue. Here's where the work of actors comes into play, and the difference between an average character and an impressive one. The writers of a story describe the general psyche of the character, its actions and feelings, like a sketch, but the actual execution relies completely on these actors and the directions they are given. An authentic performance can even change the story in favor of it, making this dialogue a powerful tool to improve the end result. This is something easier to see in movies and films. I mean, imagine Alan Rickman not being Snape, or Christopher Lloyd not being Doc Brown, and in animation, Tara Strong not being the voice of Raven, or anyone other than Hiroshi Kamiya as Arararagi. Sorry, I stuttered at it. Voice as a driving force is something every show implements, but making it the main focus of the story is something particularly suited for this media. Japan has a big culture surrounding voice acting, as these actors, called seiyus, are idols and well-known stars in public opinion. Every piece of media carries a big influence from its country of origin, so an animation that combines all these elements will carry a unique weight. The example I'm talking about is the storytelling art of Rakugo and its depiction on the brilliant animation Shouwa Genroku Rakugo Shinjuu. This show revolves around the industry of storytelling and how difficult it could be. In the first episode, we see a glimpse of the future of the main character, Kikuhiko, the biggest interpreter of his time. But the story of this first season is about his past and how he reached this point. He starts as a child and the apprentice of Giacomo VII, at the same time as Sukeroku. The bromance between these two is the main focus of the series, but also a way of depicting two different kinds of acting. The amount of BL surrounding these two should be very high. I have way too many Fuyoshi friends. Kiku starts as the insecure one, and this is shown in his first interpretation. He starts really soft, with a monotone narration, and the difference between his characters are almost indistinguishable. The animation reflects this too, showing him shaking and sweating. These shots are mostly still, and with his full body on screen. During most of the performances, there's no background music in the beginning, so the narration is what makes you interested, and the music kicks in for the climax. In this case, the music reflects the despair, the discomfort, and the urge to end the show as soon as possible. He panics and feels bad about it, even telling his bro that he will fail, just like him. He couldn't be more wrong. Sukeroku is the relaxed one. He relies in pure passion to deliver his stories, focusing mostly on entertaining the audience. He's agile and the shots are fast-paced. This, in conjunction with the changes of tune, reflects each character perfectly. The music is upbeat and follows the loud but funny performance. This doesn't mean he's perfect, since he relies purely on comedy. After this demonstration of confidence, Kiko keeps having average acting, until he discovers his own style. He embraces his sensitive self, and the voices he uses from that point on reflect this. He becomes more playful, his expressions are more fluent and starts to understand the audience. The shots even start reflecting this, now making clear distinctions between characters. He even acts the narrations, goes fast with the climax, and the music starts being cheerful. While Kiko was a self-centered performer, Suke was the opposite, unable to represent personal emotions with the characters. Like Kiku, he lacks something in his act. Later on the series, he accomplished this, finally making both brothers all-around storytellers, while still having a distinct style between each other. Their art defines these characters, but also the other way around. They both represent how any piece of media that wants to stay alive should always take into consideration both its audience and also the uniqueness of the interpreter. Every form of narration requires constant effort of being true to oneself, while serving the listener. As someone that always watches animation in a language different from his own, I have learned to understand different environments. This kind of series requires this kind of thinking, since its appeal relies in an interest in the art of performing and be able to appreciate a different way of doing it. The art of Rakugo requires a constant interpretation of different characters as the tale goes on. This is what makes the story so fit for the animation industry, since it's pretty common that voice actors have to interpret different characters in the same series. Both seiyus made an amazing work in this series, and their development inspired me to become better at voice narration. The next season has been announced, and it seems that Kiko's apprentice will be the main character, so let's wait and see his interpretation. I'm still on my way to create my own Rakugo, so for the few of you around, thank you for enjoying this bumpy, but still improving, storytelling. This has been the All-Arounder Geek, Master of Nothing, Apprentice of Everything, and remember, this is an amazing time to be alive.